Hello and welcome back to a new episode of Can We Lose the Civil War on the Side of the Union? As you can see, after our last battle of the river crossing, where we have not only lost but also suffered terribly, our army is completely broken. Our 3rd division routed in its entirety, and our 2nd division also lost 2 full brigades. I'm going to need a little time now to reorganize our army, and then we are going to see what we have to face this time. I have organized our forces a little bit. Unfortunately, we can only take 9 brigades into the next battle. And we are also now in the year 1862. As you can see, we are outnumbered by about 1,000 men, but we do have an artillery advantage. Units of your army are gathering at Logan's Crossroad to start an attack on rebel forces at Mill Springs. Our scouts have spotted rebel patrols in the forest. We have to guard the crossing until the rest of our forces arrive. We start with only 3 brigades, but they're our most seasoned ones. And we can begin now. Franklin, I want you to take position over here. Evans, you are going to take cover in this forest, please. And Wagner, you're going to move up over there. I'm also going to get your skirmishers to guard our rear a little bit. And Franklin, I'm also going to get your skirmishers over into this position. And Evans, your skirmishers are going to guard this little farmstead close to our objective. We are already engaged and the enemy wants to push us head on. Evans, you need to run. And Franklin's skirmishers, I unfortunately do not see a position where you can make this. You should also fall back. Unluckily, the skirmishers got already caught. Wagner, I want you to take new positions. And I need you to run, as the skirmishers already broke. You need to protect our objectives. Our remaining forces are arriving. This is very good. Fry, get over there. Schaefer, you as well. Hedge, you are going to support our remaining forces, and Stephen, you are going to be our secondary line. Our artillery, of course, needs to move up. And with this, I hope we have a chance of holding the enemy, at least for a little while. Enemy forces were seen on our back. Breton, you need to move up there. Unfortunately, we do not have anything in reserve. Evans, you therefore need to take this. Disengage and get in your position, please. Wagner skirmishers, you're doing a good job though. Get them rotated so that Evans can shoot their flank. Fry, you need to run. We are getting flanked, we are outnumbered, and we are not in a good position. But I hope that Evans and Wagner skirmishers can force back Anderson. Meanwhile, Franklin is getting engaged in melee combat and he is about to break, while Wagner still has to fire at Johnson. Fry is luckily moving up, and Statham, you need to support Franklin. Schaefer, you need to support Wagner, and Hedge, you also need to take a supporting role so that Franklin hopefully can rejoin soon. Our 10-pounders are going to move up here, as they later can have a longer range on the enemy. Our 6-pounders therefore need to move up on this position in the hope that they can support our troops further. Fry, you need to move up on Pond. And Evans is getting into melee fights. Stefan, run please. Schaefer is about to get into position. Franklin is back. Please move up. You also need to run. Evans is already running away. Our general is in danger, but I hope he can hold on long enough. We already took 7.6% casualties. Hedge, double time it. Stefan, charge Martin out there please. And Hedge, move up there. Stefan was able to force Martin back, but is now unfortunately uncontrollable for us. He is trying to get out of this position. We are getting forced back gradually, and we can only hope to hold. Our 6-pounders are doing a good job. The same goes for our 10-pounders. Evans is giving supporting fire for Fry. And Evans skirmishers are going to loop around the enemy flank and hope to make sure that our backline doesn't break. Our 10-pounders are going to give supporting fire on Stefan's unit, while our 6-pounders need to shoot on Gibson. Enemy cavalry is moving in now, shooting Franklin. I'm going to have him withdraw a little bit, and with this Franklin broke. Schaefer, you are getting over there, holding this position. Wagner should be able to deal with the skirmishers on its own. Hedge, move up a little bit. Franklin is continuing to fight. Evans, I need you to move up, and Stefan, you are going to fill this hole. Evans skirmishers, you also need to close this line, and Wagner skirmishers can reattach. Fry, move up a little bit, and also our general is going to move up. Breton is also moving up now. I want Wagner to get these skirmishers out and retake lost ground. Franklin unfortunately broke. Fry, you are going to go up there. Hedge, you are moving up over this position. While Statham is exhausted, he can stop running now. But he is getting flanked. He is now turning, opening to a fire position. Schaefer, please do not show your back. Hedge is doing a good job at forcing Stefan back. And Franklin can now also move up. Hedge, please shoot over there. Stefan broke. And this situation is looking dire. Our forces are getting slaughtered. We are at 21% casualties. Ticking up even further. Evans skirmishers are also going to recall you to bolster the numbers more. Hedge, you shouldn't have advanced this far. Now you're paying the price. Fry, hold this position please. Franklin, go there. Hold. Schaefer is getting flanked, but Evans should make short work of the enemy as he can support. Statham, you are going over there. Franklin, I want you to focus over this position so that you do not get flanked. Hold this. Statham, move up. Evans, you are now also going to move up. We are close to 25% casualties. Our numbers are dwindling, and they are dwindling fast. Wagner, I want you to move up and get Johnston out of there. Schaefer broke and Hedge broke. Stefan is completely exhausted. I unfortunately cannot make him to run this far. Well, I can try. He is still able to get a little bit out of his man. I'm surprised that we haven't lost an officer yet. 6-pounders, please shoot at Gibbon. And 10-pounders, I want you to shoot at Tyler, please. Hedge, as we are finally back, please support Evans. Our ammunition needs to get up a little bit further, and our general is also needing to move up a little bit to support the main force. And with this, I think that Evans routed again. Schaefer is going to support him. And I decide to charge him in to hold our flank. Stefan broke again. Hedge needs to move up. Wagner is getting flanked because he doesn't focus on the enemy ahead of him. Fry can now move around a little bit. The same goes for Wagner. I'm going to grab off his skirmishers so that they can support the rear. Franklin now rotated again, but we have luckily more units there available. Hedge is also suffering terrible. Evans is going to move up, and I think it's now time to move our 10-pounders back as they are under direct fire of the enemy. The same goes for Hedge. He is otherwise exposed. Franklin and Wagner are also need to fall back. Franklin, you're going to be our secondary line. 6-pounders now also need to move back. Stefan needs to move forward. The enemy is getting close to the objective, but they have superior firepower on us. If we push up, we are getting flanked and annihilated further. Fry, please also move back to the main line together with the 10-pounders. But this makes sure that we can move Wagner and his skirmishers further on our flank so that they cannot roll up our line. Schaefer, please move back. The same goes for Evans. And our general also needs to move back behind our main line. We are now up to 36% casualties. Someone has to write a lot of letters home. Logan's Crossroads is now officially in enemy hands. And if we are still in command after this battle, I have a lot of questions. Schaefer, I also have a question for you. Why are you moving like that? Hold your ground. Evans is now making an opening. You need to do what you need to do, guy. I trust you. Casualties are further mounting. Hedge, please hold your position. You do not need to run anymore. I'm going to give a hold order to all of our men once they have reached their designated position. Over here, I hope we can roll up the enemy advance on this side so that they at least do not get flanked anymore. Now, I think Evans and Schaefer can start attacking the Confederates further. And the Confederates of course think that this is now a good opportunity to charge us. But this time they are the ones running away. Evans, please move up. Franklin is holding her back. We finally expel Johnston, so Wagner can move up further. The same goes with his skirmishers. Now our first unit broke. We have taken 40% casualties. And this fight is dragging on further. But with this, I think this battle is lost for us. Even if we can push the enemy back further, we are still going to take more and more casualties. We have suffered 3,000 casualties, the enemy has suffered slightly more with 4,500, but fighting this longer was not worth it. Our reputation is ticking down further, but it looks like we are still here. I do not know through what miracle or what mischief, but we are still here to fight for another day. Our manpower reserves are getting kind of low, and the next battle is going to be a large one. It's going to be the Battle of Shiloh. So, until I see you all next time, I hope you have a good day and goodbye.